Recently, my grandfather, who lives in Oroville, California, lost his home to the Bear Fire. Oroville is about 2 hours from Sacramento, kind of due east and into the mountains. This is footage captured from his security camera that has the very last moments of when the house stood, and it was his house for the past 20 years. It's been tough to watch, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I've broken down myself a couple of times even watching it. Not only that, it was filled with a lifetime of memories, and personally, one of my favorite places to escape to, especially during the holidays. Maybe one of the few places in this world I ever felt like I could really relax and kind of get away from things. But it wasn't my home, it was his. So everyone, let me introduce you to my grandfather, Robert Lipkin, who's joining me to talk about his experience. First, Grandpa, I want to say I love you, and thank you so much for taking the time to be here on NBCLX with me. How are you doing?
Thanks, Tabby. I'm doing really good. Considering that we've been out of our home now for 3 days and realizing everything we've lost. 75 years of memories, sailed around the world, collected stuff, all gone. Sword collection gone, gun collection gone. Pretty much everything physical gone. But Jody and I, my wife and I, we managed to escape. And we were in Berry Creek. We are now in Oroville.
Yeah.
And staying at a friend's place.
Now, I have some before and after pictures here, and I'm going to ask that we can go ahead and throw them up and onto the screen. And while we rotate through that, you can kind of see there, that's Max in the front, by the way, a giant bronze statue that we have, which is really stark in contrast when you see there it is, the house is burned down. While we rotate through that, can you walk me through your experience? How much notice did you have? What were you able to grab, and what else did you lose?
That's the tough part. We had about an hour to get out at midnight, and I pretty much went into shock. I could not think of everything I had. What would I, what's the most important thing? And then I realized it. The most important thing was my wife and my 2 cats. So we had 3 cars up there at the time. We had a little Jody's Lincoln, we had my F-250 pickup truck, and we had a white van that we've been using for years for our business with Latitudes and Attitudes magazine. And that was the cheapest car we had, but it was the biggest. So we loaded the cats into it. Jody, on the way out the door, grabbed a scrimshaw sperm whale tooth that we picked up in the Azores when we were sailing.
Yeah.
She grabbed a bottle of Pusser's rum signed by Charlie Tobias, who owns Pusser's. And literally that was it, 2 days worth of clothes. Some of our medicines, turned out Jody packed all of hers and then left it in the bathroom after we took off.
Of course.
Yeah, so but right now, we're feeling lucky really to be alive. We have a widow lady who lives on our property, and she got stuck behind the fire line and couldn't get out until 6 in the morning. And they had her staging next to the lake, literally parked on dirt, any minute to jump into the water.
Yeah.
100 cars. And it burnt down enough to where the fire department came in and led the 100 cars out and saved everybody.
It's incredible. Now, for those of you at home who don't know what my grandfather is, we kind of just touched on there. He's a world-renowned sailor, and he's an author, and our family has a sailing magazine. It's called Latitudes and Attitudes. And that house was also the headquarters of the magazine. Now, you have a very famous saying, Grandpa, and it's something that always helps me when I get into a really bad place. Maybe it'll help others. The difference between an adventure and an ordeal is?
Attitude. You got to have a good attitude.
You have a pretty good attitude about this. Now, this isn't the first time a fire has even threatened your property.
No, the campfire that burnt down Paradise made it to 2 miles from our house. We were evacuated for 12 days.
Yeah. And that one was a pretty horrific one as well. You guys did a really good job of always keeping the brush as far back as you could. I want to know, what advice do you have for others who are going through something similar right now?
Really, I honestly think that you just have to have a good attitude when you live in a place like this. I mean, it is the most beautiful place in the world for us. I spent 25 years sailing around the world. Mm-hmm. When I came back, I found this place, which was paradise for us. No, well, it's 10 miles from paradise.
Technically.
Yeah, technically. But to us, it was our paradise. I mean, it's the first time in my life when I was able to sit there and say to myself, we made it. It's done. We've made it, and now we're as happy as we can be. and it's gone in a matter of hours. It's amazing.
What's next?
We're thinking about getting a motorhome, putting the office for the magazine in the motorhome. You may see a new magazine out there called RV Outlaw. I haven't figured that one out yet.
This is not the time to start new adventures.
It's always time to start new adventures.
Oh, is it?
Always,
All right.
always.
I like
Remember
that.
that, Tabby. Remember that, Tabby.
You know what? I agree. It is always time to start new adventures. So you're going to get an RV. The insurance will come through if people at home are wondering and concerned. The good news is everything was insured. Obviously, the memories weren't, and the things that are passed down from our family members weren't, but the house was.
I had everything from your grandmother in our storage area. We hadn't even gone through it yet from when she died, my mother.
A lot of good things in that house. We had some good memories in the house. Some I can't even say. I was thinking about that today. Remember, I had a first in that house. You remember that? It was Christmas.
Which one? You also had a first. You had a first helping us plant that little bitty twig that turned into that huge tree. It's
I
gone
love
now,
that.
And the jacuzzi.
And the jacuzzi. We built the jacuzzi
It's
up
gone.
there. Everything's gone. Hey, there was one question I had. You were able to put some things that were there, and you're going to be able to go back in what, a month? You can actually go and dig through everything?
If FEMA has to go through it, and FEMA has to check all the ground and the land to make sure that that there's no contaminants in it, and then since the trees burned, FEMA has to make sure there's no trees that are going to be falling down. It'll be at least a month before we'll be able to go up there again.
Yeah.
And we're going to sift through the ashes and see what we can find.
That's all we can do. The difference between...
It'll be a treasure hunt.
It'll be a treasure hunt. One last time. The difference between an adventure...
Attitude is the difference between an ordeal and an adventure.
Thanks, Grandpa. I love you. Tell Jody I said hi.
Love you, Debbie.